No, because I'll never forget the day I caught my ex cheating. So when I went to his place, I acted like as if I didn't know or I didn't just catch him cheating. And he's someone that likes to drink origin bitters a lot. He always has it in his fridge. So when he went out of his room, I took that his origin bitters that he had already opened and dropped in his fridge. I took it out. I scooped out my period cloth in it and swiped it into the drink. Scooped my hand to bring out more, put it into the drink, shook the drink very well because that drink is called black, so you're not even gonna know. He's not even gonna know whether he drank the cloth or he just drank blood. He's not gonna know. He's never gonna know. And yes, he did drink the drink finish. After I did that, I left his place and then we had an argument over the phone and we went on a long break. I didn't care because I know what I did.
Disclaimer, and let's be real for a sec, these stories are about the insane and maybe not totally legal things that people do when their partners get busted cheating. We are here for the drama, and these tales are strictly for spilling the tea and having a laugh. It's for fun, folks. This video is not a how-to guide. We are definitely not saving you. Should you actually go out and do any of this stuff, that's a fast track to a legal trouble, and nobody has time for that. So please don't try this at home. Just enjoy the wild ride and keep your cool and your freedom. Seriously, don't. And I repeat again, don't. And if you missed part 1, you have to go and check it out. The link is right down in the description below. What are you waiting for? Subscribe for more.
Story time about how I found out my long-term boyfriend was cheating on me and how I got the most iconic revenge. Some people think I went overboard, but I think he absolutely deserved it. My boyfriend and I had been dating for 4 years. We lived together, had a whole life together, and we were starting to talk about next steps, getting engaged, buying a house, all of the things, until everything came crashing down. My boyfriend did have a lot of redeeming qualities, but he was never the brightest bulb, if you know what I mean. So I found out that he was cheating on me because he left his Hinge notifications on. That's it. I didn't get a hey girly message, nothing like that. It's almost like he wasn't trying to hide it from me, but I just don't even think he realized. So one day, he goes to take a shower, he leaves his phone in the bedroom where I am, and I see that he is getting notifications on his phone, and when I look over, I see that it's Hinge. I know what the Hinge app looks like. I used to be on Hinge, so I knew exactly what it was. I had his password, so I immediately opened his phone and went to the app, and I saw that he was actively matching with and messaging girls. Now, I see that my boyfriend was having a very active conversation with this girl, let's call her Megan, and they're messaging back and forth and talking about setting up a date. So Hinge has a ton of information on the person. So I have her name, I have where she went to school, her age, all of these things. And so with all of that, it's really easy for me to find the girl on other social media. And when my boyfriend gets out of the shower, I decide not to confront him because I knew that I needed to do something bigger. Just calling him out and showing him that I knew he was cheating, that wasn't enough for me. I needed to get revenge, okay? I needed to be way more petty. I gave 4 years of my life to this man. Yeah, no. He was not getting away with this. So that night, I pretend I'm completely fine. I pretend everything is normal. And the entire night, I can't sleep. I am just laying awake thinking about what I'm gonna do. But then I come up with the perfect plan. Like I said before, it was really easy for me to find Megan on social media. So I reached out to her. I was like, hey girl, here's the situation. And you don't know me. I don't know if you want to get involved in all of this, but if you do, here's my plan. And she absolutely loved it. Such a girl's girl, was so upset for me and was immediately on board. So I had her plan a date with my boyfriend. So they make plans to meet up for dinner at this restaurant in our city, and they plan to meet up the Friday of my boyfriend's birthday weekend. So while my boyfriend is cheating on me and planning a date with Megan, he has no idea that I'm planning him a birthday surprise party at the same restaurant. I'm inviting his entire family, even his extended family, his cousins, all of his friends, everybody that knows him. They're all gonna be at that restaurant. And everything goes off according to plan. Everyone shows up about 45 minutes before their date is supposed to be. They're all waiting there at a table that's decorated with a cake and balloons, and everything with giant happy birthday signs. And when he walks in with Megan, the look on his face, crazy. He was completely speechless. So finally I was like, happy birthday, babe. I am so glad that my new friend Megan was able to help us surprise you. That's when Megan speaks up. She's like, hi everyone. It's so nice to meet you. Yeah, so we actually just recently matched on Hinge and this is our first date. So it's so fun that I'm able to celebrate his birthday with all of you. So everyone is super confused at this point, looking back and forth between me, him, Megan, just not knowing what's going on. So I turn around and finally say, oh yeah, sorry everyone. I did find out that he was cheating on me and actively using dating apps to try and go on dates with other women, but I caught him. So Megan here decided to help me out. So I was able to expose him for cheating and celebrate his birthday, like, all in one. So kind of like a double whammy. Now I was so close to his mom. So she immediately starts going off on him. She is so upset. She's like, how could you do this? Why would you do this? Just so upset. And he just looks absolutely mortified. Then I leave. I'm like, bye, see ya. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. Enjoy dinner. And some of my friends knew about the cheating scandal before this whole event. I told them what my plan was. So they came immediately with me to support me. And Megan came too. Great girl. I already had all my stuff packed and movers ready to move me out. So I was gone that night. And even though he has continuously begged to talk to me, I won't speak to him. I have nothing to say. You made your choice. You decided that you wanted to go date other people. Now you can't. I will not stand in your way. Go date other people. That's none of my business. Some people said I went a little too far, but there's also a lot of members of his family who completely support me and think it was iconic, because it was. It was iconic. And now he has no reason to turn his Hinge notifications on. He can just have them on all he wants with no consequences now that I'm out of the picture.
I got to be a part of a girl getting back at her cheating boyfriend, and it is the most insane scenario I have ever been a part of in my entire life. But the girl is a fucking genius. Her plan worked to perfection. You have to hear this whole story. Please listen to it. So last week I get a DM. It starts off and it says, I know this might sound insane, but I need your help. I'm sat. I'm dialed. I'm locked in. Whatever you have to say, I'm here for it. So I read the rest of the message. Long story short, she had found out that her boyfriend has been cheating on her with her best friend, but they don't know that she knows. She's like, I've known for like a week and I'm keeping them close because I'm going to fucking get them back. She's like, I don't care if it's petty. I don't care if it's wrong. I will be getting them back. So I'm like, fuck yeah. How can I help? What do you need me to do? She's like, okay, my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, is a diehard Chargers fan. She's like, I know you're in LA for the week and I know you're going to the Redskins Chargers game on Sunday. She's like, also my girlfriend is in love with you, loves your TikTok, loves your content, has the biggest crush on you. So this is a double whammy, two birds with one stone. She's like, I need you when you go to the when you go to the stadium, to the football game, to send me a selfie with an empty seat next to you. She's like, I'm going to Photoshop myself into the photo and I'm going to post it on my close friends. She's like, I do digital content creation for a living. Like, I'm fucking sick at Photoshop. She's like, my boyfriend's going to see that I'm at a Chargers game, loves the Chargers, with another guy. He's going to lose his fucking mind. My girlfriend's going to see that I'm at a football game with you. She loves you. She's going to lose her fucking mind. It's going to be unreal. So I go to the game. I send her a selfie with an empty seat next to me. She sends me the Photoshop photo on Sunday night. It looks realer than if she was actually sat next to me at the fucking stadium. Whoever's employing this girl, she needs a raise because she is unbelievable at what she does. Anyway, she sends me the photo. She's like, I'm going to post it tomorrow. She posted on Monday morning. The caption is like, I think the caption was like, Noah's first Chargers game. We had a great time in LA. Something like that. Just absolute rage bait. Bro, within 5 minutes of this story being posted on her close friends, the boyfriend has responded probably 10 times. You went to a fucking Chargers game without me? You went to a Chargers game with another guy? Who the fuck is that? Why aren't you answering me? Answer your fucking phone. Just losing his mind. The girlfriend is responding like, you were with Noah? How do you know Noah? What were you doing at a football game with Noah? What is boyfriend gonna think about that? Answer me. Why aren't you answering me? Please tell me what's going on. Bro, they are losing their fucking minds. The girl's just sending me screenshots. She's like, I'm never even going to respond to any of this. Like, I'm going to let these just fester. I'm going to let them fester in their own heads.
Did Brian tell you we're literally at the hospital right now?
No, I haven't talked to him.
we're at the hospital because his head is burning, his scalp is burning, his like skin is like peeling, his hair has fallen out, his skin is like sloughing off. Like, what did you do something? Did you put something on his head? Did you like poison him?
I mean, do you think I would actually admit if I poisoned him? That's kind of a dumb question.
I mean, you had to have done something. Even the doctors here are saying that, like, somebody had to have it out for him. And obviously that's you, because you're so jealous and vindictive that he's, like, moved on and so happy with me.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the Nair I put in his shampoo and conditioner and body wash.
You put Nair in it?
Yeah, I put Nair in all of those things.
You know he's allergic to that.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Duh.
All of his skin is going to fall off. How do you not feel like a piece of crap about that?
I mean, how does he not feel like a piece of crap for cheating on me? Why do I care if he has skin or not? Why do I care if he has hair or not? I hope you are into bald, skinless humans.
You say he cheated, but do you really actually have any proof? Like,
he's literally with you now and we're still married. So I don't know what other proof you need.
Well, he says you're separated. So I guess you're delusional that you think you guys are still together.
Okay, well, I mean, it's just a Nair reaction. He's not going to freaking die, unfortunately. I couldn't be so lucky.
Well, I'm sure that the doctors and Brian and whoever else that we need to get involved over this little fiasco that you have caused will be reaching out to you.
Okay, can't wait.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I caught my boyfriend cheating on me, so now I'm going to ruin his life. Story time. My boyfriend of 3 years, who we'll call Steve, had the audacity to cheat on me. Then had the audacity to tell me if I was a mature adult, I'd be able to deal with it. And finished it all off by saying that he hopes we can still be friends. He made it very, very clear to me that he had lost all feelings for me and was now in love with this other person. I'm not going to lie, if he hadn't have said that, I definitely would not have gone forward with this plan. But at this point, I'm thinking, Steve, you need to be taught a valuable lesson. I fear this has escalated. Now, a few months later, he decides it is a great idea to send me pictures of him and his new girl. And the pictures were followed by, like, a shit ton of laughing emojis. So one day I decided, listen, it's time to get back out there, and I downloaded Tinder. So I'm scrolling and I come across someone that I find quite familiar. It is Steve's new girlfriend. Now listen, I was not about to tell Steve that his new girlfriend was still on Tinder. In fact, I took it one step further and I made sure to match with her. We get to chatting and she had no idea who I was. We start talking more and more and our conversations are getting longer and longer, and by this time I had a plan. I suggested that Amy and I should meet in a bar. Bearing in mind she is still in a relationship with Steve. Oh, reverse, motherfucker. And the date went so well. So much so that one date went to many dates. And before long, I was her full-blown affair. Oops. So we'll call this girl Amy, and what Amy didn't know is that I also got in touch with Steve's ex, who we'll call Stacey. Now, Steve and Stacey broke up a few months before I got with him because Stacey realised that she was gay. We love it when a plan comes together. So now I'm in contact with the new girlfriend and the ex-girlfriend. And when speaking with Amy, she'd always expressed what it would be like to be in a polyamorous relationship. You see where this is going. I said, no problem, Amy, let me make a few calls and I will get back to you on that. So I get in touch with her and I'm like, hey babes, are you up for meeting a friend of mine? We could have a good time. Is this running out? And to my surprise, she actually says yes, which don't ask me how we got there, but I'm happy about it. So the day came and I decided to act on violence. Now, while we're all sat on my bed, I take a quick selfie. And of course, things went down. Use your imagination. So a few days after, Amy comes to me and she was like, thank you so much for sorting that. It was absolutely amazing. What can I do to repay you? I'm like, oh, just let me have a little think about that. I said, listen, Amy, I'm kind of sick about being a side piece. I want to be your main one. I kid you not, the next day she broke up with him and kicked him out of the house. My guy lost his house and his girlfriend in the space of a day. And I bet you're thinking, wow, Tatty, great work on the revenge. I'm not done yet. Steve texted me and said, baby, I'm so sorry. My girlfriend dumped me and I realised that it is you that I want. It's always been you. They always come back. I was like, oh, your girlfriend? Is this the girlfriend that you mean that's just dumped you? And I sent him the picture from the bedroom. Just to clarify for everyone, that means that all of his now exes were in one picture together in one bed. This man started blowing up my phone, but I still wasn't done. Firstly, I called his mum, who hates cheaters, by the way. And from what I know now, his mum has actually stopped speaking to Steve over all of this. And the only other thing I had to do now was dump Amy because she was no use to me. And there was no point in starting a relationship with her because she was also a cheater. So the last thing I did was actually ask Stacey, the ex, on a date, and we actually now live together. And we have a dog.
Hey y'all, here's a story time on how I meticulously planned
and left my fiance homeless in the middle of the night. Yeah, because he cheated. Before I get into it, I'm safe. My family is safe. He's not. Okay, so we have been together for a while. We've started a family together and everything. And I recently suspected him of cheating. Well, not recently. This was like a month ago. So my homegirl, she caught her boyfriend cheating a couple months ago. So I asked her, slide me like the method. How did you catch him? And I caught him using the same method that she caught her man, So that's when I devised a plan. The apartment that we live in, I have been living in independently since before he even came into my life. And I just moved him in when we got together and had a baby and everything. And conveniently, right around the time I caught him cheating, my lease was about to be up. So since his name is not anywhere on the lease, it's completely up to me whether I want to break it or not. So 2 days ago, I broke it. I told the landlord I didn't want to live there anymore, and I completely moved out. All while my fiance was at work, which I really don't even think that's where he was. Because I caught him on Tinder, so he doesn't really do shit during the day, so I assume he was at a girl's house, but he told me he was working. So I'm not a landlord and I don't really know the whole process and everything, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But sometime between me and the baby moving out and him getting home, either the locks were changed, I'm not really sure what happened, but he couldn't get into the apartment. So he called me 3 times, didn't answer. Now, the night before I broke the lease, since I knew I was going to break it, me and him got into an argument and I finally confronted him about the cheating. And I think that's when he realized the lease had been broken because of what he did. So he sent me some voice messages. I'll do another video on the voice messages. But then he went down to the leasing office and they were like, oh, she broke the lease. And now he's begging me to come back. He doesn't know where I'm staying. I've always been the type of person, have my own money, have my own place. So of course, he just wants to follow me, come live with me, and he's trying to figure out where I'm at so he can try and nestle his way in. No. And yeah, moral of the story, take your power back. I was really only upset about him cheating for 30 minutes. I came up with this plan as soon as I got the confirmation that he was cheating.
I am turning the big 4-0 next week. And for the last couple of months, Kevin has been planning a surprise birthday party for me. How nice, right? My cheating husband has been planning a surprise party for me. But what he doesn't know is that I know about it. So we've been separated for a couple of months, but the only people that know are close family and friends. So people coming to my surprise party are his coworkers, his bosses coming, friends that we're not that close with. But what I'm planning on doing is there's going to be a slideshow with pictures of me and the kids and Kevin. So what I'm planning on doing is posting his dating profile that I found for everybody to see. And then also over the loudspeaker, I'm going to play this voicemail that he just left me the other day.
Caitlin, you're such a raging bitch. I can't believe some of the shit you pulled lately, like getting my car repossessed, having my credit cards frozen, and also getting me kicked out of the house and having the locks changed. Seriously, and to top it all off, you won't even try to get to know Chloe. I think this is all your fault that I cheated on you. I cannot believe that I was ever even married to you. But you need to stop. Just chill out and stop posting everything online.
Okay, Kevin, I will stop posting everything online after this.
You did make vows.
Yes, I am sitting in the closet right now. I had to get away from my kids for a minute so that I could listen to what could be another batch of crazy voicemails from Lexi. If you haven't been following my story, Lexi is the woman that my husband is cheating on me with. I packed up me and the kids' stuff just after New Year's after I caught him texting her, and she had the audacity to call me and tell me that I needed to come back home and forgive him. So now I have another voicemail from her, so let's see what Lexi has to say.
Hey Mary, it's Lexi again. Look, I know I'm probably not the person that you want to be hearing from right now, but I need your help. So ever since you took the kids and left the house, he's been really down on his phone, and he just looks up pictures of you guys and he's lost. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life.
Poor
so
baby.
He just seems really depressed. I just don't know how to help him. So I know
You
still
can't.
his wife. I still think that maybe you should try to get him help or help him out. After all, he did make vows. So, call me back.
Crazy.
Or text me.
Or
send me a voice memo. I think maybe if you and I work together, we might be able to try
I am
and
not
get
working
him out
with
of it.
you.
But otherwise, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
But I am literally speechless. The bitch wants me to help her help my husband that she's been cheating on him with. Okay? Like, I don't even know how to deal with this. Like, I don't know how to respond. Like, of course, I'm not calling her back. You know what? Actually, I will call her back. Okay? And I'll tell her that Andre's other side piece called me the other day, let me know that she went to the clinic to get tested for STDs, and she has chlamydia. So
my ex is pressing charges against me for giving him the most eventful month of his life in the month of December, so I figured I'd go ahead and share with you the complete list of 30 things that I did. On day 1, I super glued his gas tank shut. On day 2, I wrote a letter to his mother about a secret child that he's been hiding for 5 years. I made that whole thing up, but my letter was very emotional and believable. On day 3, I sent flowers to his job with a note from his sponsor, implying that he relapsed over the weekend, but that it's okay. On day 4, I had random people show up at his door at all times of the night so that he was sleep deprived and actually looked like an addict at work the next day. On day 5, I made a Tinder profile for him as a down low man who loves aggressive men and asked that they text him. And I said that if he responds negatively, it just means that his girlfriend is nearby and that they should try again later, and also send pics of their junk. On day 6, I wrote a letter to the bank that he was financing his car through, pretending to be him, and I voluntarily surrendered his vehicle. They did, in fact, repossess his car. On day 7, I wrote a letter to his landlord from a concerned neighbor about his addiction and strangers showing up at his door at all times of night, and I said that I was concerned he may be dealing. I weaponized SEO on day 8, and I made a wedding registry so any woman looking to date him will think that he's an engaged cheater. On day 9, I convinced him he has a stalker. On day 10, I mailed him an official letter notifying him that he is being investigated for drug smuggling. On day 11, I mailed him a letter from the Department of Public Health saying he is a person of contact for an antibiotic-resistant strain of super gonorrhea. On day 12, I mailed a missed appointment postcard from a fake erectile dysfunction clinic to his job. On day 13, I entered his home, injected his mattress with milk, painted sugar water along the baseboards to attract ants, and I put beef bouillon cubes and Jolly Ranchers in his shower head. On day 14, I signed him up for Scientology courses. On day 15, I sent him a fake voodoo doll of him with a needle through the crotch because I knew at this point he was probably thinking he was. On day 16, I pretended to be his wife and I called to get his utilities shut off. On day 17, I called his grandma pretending to be a nursing home, informing her that the application he submit for her has been approved. On day 18, I sent him a fake obituary claiming to have found it on his best friend's computer, warning him that he may be in danger. On day 19, I called his office front desk and left a voicemail saying he got the job he applied for, stating that we know he was trying to get a new one quickly and that he can start Monday. On day 20, I messaged his family and friends with fake documentation of him donating to radical groups. On day 21, I created a profile for him on a social media platform and wrote a detailed confessional about how he's sexually attracted to his mother and that has been the cause of his addiction this whole time. On day 22, I called a close family member of his pretending to be a life insurance company, notifying them that he tried to take out several policies on them. On day 23, I called and offered him the job of his dreams. The morning he was supposed to start, I rescinded the fake offer and told him he needs to talk to the people in his close circles because they did not have good things to say about him. On day 24, I emailed his landlord giving a 30-day notice that he's moving out. On day 25, I reported him deceased to his bank to get his accounts frozen. On day 26, I called his mother's church and informed them that he had made me get an abortion, and it was a very emotional phone call. I talked about how I can't live with myself. On day 27, I went on a podcast and painted him as a deadbeat father to the child that I lied about him having to his mother. On day 28, I put up flyers in his neighborhood warning neighbors that he is a peeping Tom. On day 29, I sent him an anonymous email informing him that someone may be out to get him and that the last 28 days have in fact been calculated. And on day 30, which was New Year's Eve, I called to have a mental health wellness check done on him, and he was committed. I saw some of you pointing out that December has 31 days and not 30 days. I did take the first day of December to plan all of this out before I started taking action.
My husband is a dirty cheater, so to get him back, I decided to contact a family friend that owns storage units, and I put all of his shit into a storage unit, and now he's going to have to pay a monthly fee, or he's not getting any of his stuff back. That's what I call revenge right there. He's in the office trying to figure out what he can pay and how to get a key and how to get his shit.